Hi, welcome to Universal Interiors. I'm Leslie Inglestead, and I am enjoying this beautiful Detroit Lakes Park and all of this beauty that's surrounding me, and I get a chance to do a little sharing, and I'm so grateful for the day. It's funny, this summer it could be just anywhere. We've got ourselves some fast storms that approach. We've got the hot sun, we've got the rain, we've got the cool, and it's weather, right? There in this winter, if we all just remembered that and say, oh, no complaining, we survived the winter. Well, coming from this girl, I did more than survive. I thrived. I loved that we had the winter we did. It forced us to have a little inside time. And who gets the days to say, nobody's going anywhere? The storm came on, we got to shut down. I mean, who gets that? Not very many places. I know that there's a lot of catastrophes out there with weather these days, but here in Minnesota, it can be a great reason to celebrate winter. But right now, let's celebrate summer, because look at the beauty all around us. Life is just basically good. It's beautiful, really. And I know when I use those words sometimes it doesn't seem fair, because perhaps your life isn't so good at this time. So I don't mean to make light of that. Life is just full of storms. The circumstances that come crashing in on us, we think we might be ready for, but it doesn't matter if you're 20, 60, or about 90. It's tough. These storms that might be right outside our door, so you can't go out, or it might be inside of our head and our heart, and we can't seem to get past it, so they kind of keep us trapped inside. But I just know that there's recipes to make life good, and that's to be grateful. I love picking up a book, and today I found Look to This Day. It's a keepsake of joyful, inspiring thoughts. Like, why not? Why doesn't everybody have one of these? Again, it sure makes me feel good when I go inside of these books to just pick it up. I was rambling through there was a garage sale, or whatever you want to say. It's an estate sale, a little different, because they just want to get rid of their treasures. And this summer, it's before the rains come in. That's what they said to me. So I basically got this for a dance. I mean, there's so many little treasures out there. Okay, these are books, but people, they're treasures too. So if you want to take some time in those days that you're unsure, it's kind of stormy outside, pick up the phone and make an old-fashioned phone call. Because you know what? There's a lot of lonely people out there, a lot of people that just want to talk, and all you have to do is listen. There's storms of all kinds going around in our hearts. And I know that once it gets cleared up, it's amazing what the nature has done. Whatever and however you choose to look at it, those deep rains make this beautiful green, make our grass grow and the leaves just abundant, right? Well, guess what? Those are lives. We have storms, and you don't get it while you're going through it. You might not get it for a long time, but those storms are enriching our lives, because it's not about what might happen to you. It's what other people watch, or what other people are looking at you for. They can pour into you some of the gifts that they have just extra. Maybe it's a fire that's taken the family out. Maybe it's just you can't make your bills, and somebody comes alongside and hands you some money. I mean, there's so many ways that you can serve, right? But getting back to the stormy days, those are days that we just struggle in our being to try to figure out, why me? Why does this have to happen to me? You know what? I could just go off and tell you about so many people I know and love so deeply right now that are saying those questions over and over. So it's just like it piles up on them. But instead I'm going to choose to say this little poem. Life is good. Let's not fail to find that life is really good. Storms might rage all around me, and it gets dark, and they press close to the heights that I've been around. Let me lift up instead a song, and make sure that we know the sunlight will come after that shower, and the rainbow, the beauty of it over the hill. Nothing hinders God's almighty power to summon up those blessings where and how that He will. From the stormiest places into the darkest deep, His great word is a friend for us who keep. From the loss that once I stayed and weep, a shining blessing, is greater than all the sum of my woes. Because you see, He just wants us to take His hand. He's telling us that life is fair. His promise is there if we just view it like pilgrims in the new land. But you see, we need to trust. We need to trust His love to know that with joy and faith that life is truly good. Our memories, our few things we hear from people, if they're good, keep them. Keep chewing on that. But if they're not, it's time to just get rid of it. You just need something healthy to hold fast. You know what? I cry if big trees come down after a huge storm. It's terrible. I think of the loss and how long it took and the shade it gives. But at the same time, if that didn't happen, there would be no chance for new life, right? Trees are constantly teaching us about life because they can be broken down to nothing, and yet there's a chance and a little green shoot will come on up. You see, that's God's hope for us, is that as broken as we might feel right now, or feel like just giving up, or maybe just giving in, because some people don't want to even be part of anybody in the relationship they used to be because they made them uncomfortable or they were just so negative. I get it. But instead, let's try something different and approach it with a newness. There's so many lessons that nature's always trying to teach us. I mean, you might be sitting in the sun as much as you love the sunshine, and you're kind of like, okay, it'd be kind of cool if a cloud came now. You wouldn't probably wish for the rain to come, but the cloud would be cool. Well, that's kind of God's way of doing our lives here on earth. Sometimes we get just an abundance of love, warmth, sunshine, so to speak. And other times it just hangs out dark and gray and black and windy and stormy. We count on others to lift us up, or we count on that vacation that we're going to take to change our mood. There's so many things that we just seem to wait, then I'll be happy. Those kind of moments, we best take a look in the mirror and see if we're waiting for those, because they're too far between the next one. Life is too short. Life is good, you see. Life is good, but it is what you make it. It is what you think on. It's an incredible, incredible gift that we are given. Here's a letter, just for that matter, I'm going to pull up here and share with you. You want to know what you can do to make life better? Share your food with the hungry. Invite the homeless, the poor, into your houses. Go put some of your clothes, those extra clothes, onto somebody who might be cold or might be needy. Just make yourself available, even to your own family. Do this, and you see lights will start to turn on. Your lives will actually start turning around, and it's almost at once. Because see, that's doing righteous. That's doing the righteousness of God. No matter what you think about His love and His word, you see, He has a recipe for happiness. He's told us this far, far away. A book of Isaiah was written to teach us. And that's where I just read that little love letter. Doesn't it sound like somebody just today that could just say, hey, we are taking care of the poor, we're doing this, and you're not doing that? Well, instead, it doesn't matter, does it? Just start doing something for another. And this is the bonus. You see, the God of glory, when you pray like that, when you live like that, He is right there. And He says, call out for help. And you know what? He's going to tell you, here I am. What greater force could you have than the creator of the universe to come along and help you to do good? Because you see, life is good. Now I want you to go make it a beautiful day, and thanks for watching. Enjoy. See you next time.